Hey everybody, it's me again, Joshua. I wanted to know if other people do their panicking in the morning. If other people wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and start thinking about all the shit I have to do, all the things going through their head, all the things in life they need to deal with. Because I do, and I always have. And I've learned to conquer it over the years, but I still have this time where I'll wake up and I'll think, I have a positive outlook most of the time in the morning, but sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night, like 3 in the morning, and I used to lay there for like an hour. I couldn't get back to sleep because I was so stressed out about stuff. And when I had my business, I was worried about whether the project was going to turn out right. And it was little things that nagged at me, bills and whatnot, and I learned to evade most of that and move forward, but there's still a point where it nags at me. And so I wake up in the morning and I go through this, what I call the morning satori, where I try to look around and be, enthralled by life and kind of enjoy the moment. And I wake up, have my cup of coffee, and I wonder, how am I ever going to do this? How am I going to do this day? But I know eventually I'll get into the mode. And how I've noticed lately, even more so, is when I do videos, because I have to be in a certain mode to do videos. I can't just bust the camera out and start talking, or I'll just be like, "Ugh." So while this is how I usually talk, I still have to work up to it, to where I have something to say, or else my brain's functioning. So have my coffee, maybe take my kratom or whatever, and I do some thinking, and then something will pop into my head, and I'll just have to make a video. And I tend to do a lot, but I find the time just to kind of slip it in when the kids fall asleep or whatever, and say what I have to say. And then as the day progresses, my mood just continues to flourish, and then I get into the evening, and I get into that kind of just stoned mode. You'll notice a lot of people post videos in the evening, because they get into their evening mode, and that's my whole point here of this video, is that we go into these modes throughout the day. I have the worry mode in the morning way early, and then the morning satori mode, and then the kind of awakening and enjoying the day mode, and then try to go into work mode, and then the evening mode. I remember when I quit smoking pot for a couple years for probation, I didn't do the morning. Well, mornings were evenings were a little different, because I wasn't, stoned, so I had to find other things to do. And any stoner knows, if you quit smoking pot, it's boring, and you don't really feel any great change from it. I mean, it can be good for some people, but for me, I'm a pot smoker, that's what I do. So I enjoyed every moment of it while I was straight, but at the same time, the minute I was off probation, I went right back to smoking pot. And so that's my evening mode, is the weed, but I tend to carry it throughout the day. I mean, I'm a functioning stoner, my brain goes a million miles an hour, but I smoke weed to help me slow down. I smoke not a lot, but probably a gram a day, and sometimes more. But those modes we go through in the day, I think, are awesome. Those are the cycles that I've always found in life that are amazing. The day and night cycle, and then the weekly cycle that we've created, and then the yearly cycle, which is natural, and the cycles of the decades and centuries that we've created, and it's all just micro, macro, as above, so below. We have it's a fascinating world, fascinating life to live. So that's all I gotta say. Peace.